everybody? It's your favorite Red Jumpin' Beans favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the Sith Jump Trooper from the Vintage Collection. I didn't even know there was going to be more than just the kind of standard Stormtrooper, Sith Trooper, but I guess I should have. Let's start with accessories. So he's armed identically to the Black Series version. You have this one with kind of the aerated vented muzzle with some kind of black paint added to some red plastic that's done actually pretty much just about as shoddy as the Black Series one. You should be able to holster it here. I'll tell you that as I have worked with it, it has a tendency to pop out on me, but it should go in there. But it'll hold it just fine. Then he also comes with like the Modern Warfare one, with the red paint added to the black plastic this time, I think. And I think it's the same on the other one, but I could be wrong. This red is done nicely for red going over top of black, so I'm not exactly sure. The sculpt work is decent either way. And that will attach to his thigh to holster as well, and he'll hold that one just fine as well. Let's talk about the figure. So, head is on a double ball peg from the head into the neck, and because you got that wide open space up in there, it's gonna move around brilliantly. Down, up, side to side, etc. Black paint is sharp as a tack in its application. Looks really well done. We have a single ball peg in the chest to the abdomen, but you pretty much only get the swivel out of it. You got a disc hinge for the shoulders, but the armor doesn't tuck underneath the chest quite right. Same kind of disc hinge that swivels for the bicep swivel and elbow. Same kind of thing for the wrist, and you do get a hinge up down. Same on this side. Same disc hinge for the hips. You can get out, the belt is going to get in your way. You can get forward, but you got to manipulate it and then manipulate the thigh back. But it actually works better than the Black Series one, which is interesting. And then you get the same engineering for the knee, a disc hinge with the swivel for just about 90 degrees. And then we have the same engineering once again for the ankles. Tilt up, nothing really down, which is a bummer because for flight poses and stuff, you'd kind of want the foot down. And then we'll talk about the sculpt and paint a bit. The black paint is done sharp as a tack kind of throughout. Really well done. The red paint is actually done just as well. Very, very nice. Black paint on the chest is perfect. The yellow Tampo paint on the chest is perfect. And then you have the silver paint here on the jetpack. It's a really well done trooper. It does suffer with the hip engineering, as we've seen with some of the more bulkier ones. It's just has a hard time getting out of its own way. And let's see what else I can say about this guy. I like this guy a fair bit, and he has a lot of personality that kind of comes through, like a lot of like confidence and like a presence that really does come through, which I do like. But it's kind of business as usual. I will say, well, I'll save it for the final thoughts, but yeah, it's a really well done trooper all in all, and I'm sure we'll get a white version as well, right? No brainer. And there he is with some troopers. Not enough red on this shelf if you ask me, but I had to break up my first order into two shelves because I have this one up here and there's no room. Final thoughts wise, let me talk about the negatives. So first and foremost, there's some limited articulation. Limited in the shoulders, it doesn't tuck, the shoulder pads don't tuck rather underneath the chest armor quite right. Limited in the abdomen department, you don't quite get any ab crunch nor teapot, any of that stuff, you just pretty much get the swivel. Also a slight limitation here with the disc hinge hips, which is fairly common in my opinion, especially with the bulkier, more armored troops. They usually fall victim to the negative aspects of that engineering more than most. The paint on the accessories is sloppy as well, by and large. I also feel like at this price point that they're asking for the Vintage Collection, which I do understand and I'm not complaining about, but they could throw in a stand, especially when they don't stand all that well on their own. That's one thing that every single one of these has had in common. None of them stand well. Usually every now and then you luck out with one. Not here. These guys don't stand well for nothing. So a stand would have been a nice little thing to throw in. Positives wise though, there is something about the character that kind of comes through here, and I'm saying that kind of guessing what the character is, but like a lot of personality and kind of natural gestures and poses come through in the engineering and the way that the sculpt works and the armor works in regards to kind of hiding the engineering. So it's really well done in that regard. It might be my favorite of them so far, which is funny because I'm not really into this design. Like the helmet design of this trooper is not really my favorite, but this trooper works extremely well just as an action figure. Better than the Black Series, I must say. So a recommend from me. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.